It's the middle of the week, so it's time to catch you guys up with some wrestling news roundup. We got the full update on what exactly is going down with NXT, upcoming match cancel, Monday Night Raw Superstar, got some backstage heat right now, and much more of the latest. So hit those notifications and let's dive into it. Big news report for this week. Of course, we're talking about NXT because WWE is really trying to just absolutely destroy it. So let's talk all the latest on that because there is some conflicting reports and some clarifications that are needed right now. There's a lot of questions on what exactly is going to happen with NXT when the show starts back up as a live broadcast on September 15. It was noted earlier by the Wrestling Observer Radio that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard will be involved with the production of the show. Brian Alvarez says that he heard people saying that Vince McMahon will be more hands-on, but Dave Meltzer said that people in WWE told him that Vince McMahon will handle the big picture things on the show. Also stating that he was told that about a list of names that are on the chopping block, and the names are people who have been on the contract for a while. That in itself sounds scary because it feels like there's a lot more releases coming. And at this point, as sad as it is, I wouldn't be surprised because it has been a monthly thing with WWE. On a more recent update, there's at least some hope because it seems like Triple H is still going to be in charge nonetheless. Reservoirs ended up reporting that sources in the company are saying that the day-to-day operation is not changing. The specific report indicated the following: after talking to sources regarding NXT, the day-to-day operation isn't changing that drastically. NXT will still very much be in the hands of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, William Regal, and Matt Bloom. However, and this is the big concern, the look of the weekly TV product will have a Vince McMahon and company, that being Bruce Pritchard, stamp on it. I expect it to be subtle to start, then a question mark. So who knows what's gonna happen after it starts. So not only is there superstars right now that Vince McMahon might end up releasing that has been in contract with NXT for quite a bit, but he is also going to change the way that NXT looks, which in my opinion is literally the first problem of what got NXT to where it's at right now, which is not the same NXT that we got 2 years ago. The intimate environment, the flow of the show, the feel of it, everything changed once it went to the USA Network, and now that it's gonna have this vision of Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard, chances are they're not gonna take it as serious. It's gonna be more on the base of what Monday Night Raw and SmackDown looks like. Nothing against SmackDown because SmackDown has been great, but then at that point when you make NXT look like the other two primary shows, it doesn't become that alternative anymore. Somebody check on Triple H, please. I feel like this man has been crying for the last couple of months. Onto some quick news. There have been a lot of rumors as of late with, of course, CM Punk joining AEW that maybe his wife, former WWE superstar AJ Lee, might join up the company. CM Punk made it clear that chances of that happening are unlikely, as he indicated during an interview with New York Post that just because of her neck, the reason she stopped wrestling is because of her neck. She got a bad neck. I wouldn't want her to jeopardize her health, and neither will she, so we'll put an end to those rumors right now. End quote. I find it hard to think that a CM Punk might be lying here, so an AJ Lee return might not be happening until there is a better update in regards to her neck issues. Talking about CM Punk, he got his big matchup against Darby Allin at AEW All Out pay-per-view this weekend, and some big news coming out of this week AEW Dynamite was that a match was actually canceled for that pay-per-view. That match being Andrade taking on Pac. Tony Khan ended up revealing that the reason for it is due to travel issues. It is worth mentioning though that Andrade is kind of teasing that he might be going against a mystery opponent at All Out, which should be interesting to see it played out if it does happen. It looks like Matt Riddle is on trouble once again. Wrestling Observer Radio ended up indicating that because Vince McMahon likes him and everything, Matt Riddle's push is going to continue, but according to them, he did ruffle up some feathers again with his recent comments where he indicated that Roman Reigns will lose to him in a real fight and that he will beat him up, and how Roman Reigns isn't a needle mover. All of these were based on Roman Reigns' recent statement about CM Punk, where he basically indicated that that CM Punk wasn't gonna be making much of a difference on AEW. Those comments obviously didn't age well, with fans calling him out on it. But the big focus on this though is Matt Riddle. It looks like he is once again in hot waters about calling out Roman Reigns like this. And these are the type of comments that Matt Riddle definitely needs to avoid. Don't call somebody out in a real fight when you have a prominent position on Monday Night Raw, because it's not smart. And definitely don't try to go after the big dog himself, the head of the table, a guy that definitely has locker room power and might knock you off of that position that you're getting right now. Anyways guys, that is all the latest for this middle of the week wrestling news roundup. If you enjoy or found it informative, make sure to hit those notifications, subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you on the next one.